Hey tribe, I'm so sorry. Give me two. Well, I don't want to exaggerate. Give me a minute. My apologies. I just realized something and I already hit the start button and I don't want to have to delete the live and start over again. So if you guys could just give me 1 minute, and my apologies. I truly apologize. What's up, y'all? I'm so sorry about that. Hey, everybody. If you came in after I made my announcement, my apologies, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell y'all the truth because I don't be lying to the tribe. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth of what happened. I I'm getting ready to do this review of Love and Marriage DC, right? I'm getting ready to do this review, and I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I was watching the episode last night, and you know how you think you got to the end of an episode, but you didn't. So when I went to go turn it on, because I usually let it play in the background while I'm doing my reviews, just in case something triggers my memory that I forgot to say or whatever. And I saw that I still had like 5 minutes left of the episode, but it was 2 minutes of commercials. So I was like, oh shit, I ain't finished watching this damn episode. And so that's why I was like, can y'all just give me a minute? Let me just make sure that. I mean, I thought I figured pretty much what was said is what was said, but I was like, let me make sure I got this right. Let me make sure I got everything before I start this review and I missed something. But basically, the last 3 minutes was just um Ashley arguing. Child, we got it. Okay. But I was like, oh shoot. Thank you, Ray B, baby. This is the same color, boo. Ray B said, I love that pink. You've been in here every live. It's the same color. So my bad, my bad, my bad. I just want to make sure I didn't want to get to the end and then because I've done that before. And I was like, oh shoot, I didn't talk about such and such and such. So I just want to make sure I got everything in. So let's get into this. Let's get into this video. First of all, this is going to be a combination review. This review is going to be a review of the episode, but it is also going to be a discussion of Ashley and Winter's interview with Carlos King last night. If you do not follow Ashley and Winter, hold on, let me let everybody know we're live. If you don't follow Ashley and Winter, their YouTube channel where they do the reviews on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. I'll put the link in the chat if you guys are not already there. But we're gonna combine the two episodes. So understand that we're combining we're gonna combine the episode with the live. So understanding that, combining that, we're going to be breaking the fourth wall. We're going to be talking about stuff that happened behind the scenes. So you don't kind of want that hodgepodge. I understand, but that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. So because I think some things were said in that. First of all, I thought it was a really great interview with Carlos. Y'all know Carlos irritates me a lot. Y'all know. But I thought it was a great interview because I think they asked some really good questions of Carlos. And I think Carlos was very candid in his answers. And for that, I can respect that. When I say Carlos irritates me, he just does. But that was a great interview. And like I said, I think Ashley was honest in her questions. And when Carlos threw stuff at her, she was honest. And like even when they asked the question, they were like, "Do any of your?" I think one of the people asked the question because they were taking questions from the chat, and one of the people asked the question about, "Do your people? Does it get on your nerves when your people get on social media too much, or do you feel like your people do social media too much?" And Carlos was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Honestly, if I'm being honest, the two of you." I was like, "Oh shit." But he was really honest. He said, listen, he said, Ashley and Winter, he was like, you guys do too much on social media. And I really would love if you would pull it back. He said, there have literally been times when I have picked up my phone and I have typed out something and I've had to put my phone down because I had to stay in professional mode, stay in production, as the producer, and I've had to stop. And I thought that was a very honest answer. And I thought that was a very fair answer. And, Ashley responded, and he even gave an example. He gave an example. If you guys remember last season when they did that scene with Ashley's mom, Ashley immediately tweeted, and he said, we were very proud of that scene. We thought that scene was really riveting. You and your mom were very raw and sharing your story. He said, I even got a call from the network saying that was a great moment. You really captured a great moment. And he said it upset him because the first thing Ashley said was, wait a minute, what happened? What Tracy did to me? Oh, okay. She said that what happened was what upset him was the first thing out her mouth was that she tweeted out. That wasn't the whole conversation. And Carlos was like, good and damn well that we have to take a 3-hour conversation and make it 5 minutes. Like, that we can't expand a 3-hour conversation. Like, that's what we have to do. But then Ashley put it in context. So she said the week that episode aired, she said, number one, her mother wasn't speaking to her because her mother was upset about the conversation and what was said. So she said her mother literally did not speak to her for like 6 months after they did that scene. So her mother wasn't speaking to her. She said that episode aired the exact same week that they filmed the scene we saw tonight of them at the Wizards game. So she was already sort of in her feelings. So, it just, you put things into context, but I thought it was a good conversation. I say all that to say, I thought it was a good conversation, and you guys make sure you check it out. And I will drop the link before we're done here. I'm just trying to do 3 things at one time right now. So with that being said, you guys, we're streaming on both channels. So if you are subscribed if you are not subscribed to the ReallyBTV reviews channel, please head over there and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at like 560. Okay, we need four, whatever the math is, child. Whatever the math is. What I say, we know 440. Okay, whatever it is. So we need to get them people over there. I don't understand how I got 15,000 subscribers, but I can't get 1,000 people to go over to ReallyBTV reviews when half them subscribers came off of me doing reviews. I don't understand why this is so hard, people. Y'all don't love me like y'all say y'all do. If y'all can't go over there and subscribe to the other channel, y'all don't love me like y'all say y'all do. Anyway, but I know people like Ravine be hooking your girl up and watching on both, and I appreciate that. I love you for it. So with that being said, tomorrow night, we will be doing the Whether You Like It or Not panel here. It'll be on the main channel. It'll be on this channel. I mean, on, ReallyBTV channel. We'll be doing the Whether You Like It or Not panel. I may stream it on both. I don't know. But we will definitely be doing that. Okay. I got your other channel favorite. See, that's what I'm saying. I know that my day ones do it. I know it. Okay. With all that being said, let's get into the things of the things. So this episode starts off. The guys are still at the wrestling, and they get to talking about. They're still talking about Cliff and this whole situation with Carmen. We're going to get to that later. We're going to get to the Carmen and the Cliff situation later. I mean, as far as with, you know what? As I'm talking, I'm going to write notes down because I want to do the show, and then we can talk about stuff that was said with Carlos. Or do y'all want me to infuse it? Y'all want me doing both at the same time as I think of it? Because y'all know my brain be all over the place. So you want me to just do the straight review and then we could get into what was said on the live? Or do y'all want me to just talk? Oh, they're not showing anything tomorrow? Well, that's a good, well, good. Good. You know what, Cindy? I thought I was monetized at 500 too. I'm not monetized at 500, but I get certain perks at 500. I'm not eligible for monetization until I get 3,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers. So I have about 1,500 watch time hours. The watch time hours I'm not worried about as much because they'll come. That's why I've been putting content over there. But the subscribers is what I'm really wanting. Okay. No, you know what? Phil said there is no episode tomorrow night, which makes sense because there's no way that they can compete with the Super Bowl. Like they would be sabotaging themselves. So okay, so there won't be one tomorrow. It'll be next Monday. Okay, that's good because it's Scotty's birthday too, and he wasn't gonna be there anyway. So perfect. I didn't even pay attention, y'all. I just knew I wasn't gonna be there tonight. So let's finish talking about this Carmen. Okay, so then I'm gonna just do it both. Y'all said do it both at the same time. Fine, I'll just do it both at the same time. So what we found out is, okay, first of all, we found out that it went down at the reunion. Okay, according to Ashley, Winter, and Carlos, baby, it went down at the reunion. And Carmen, first of all, Carlos said they started arguing before he even got done with the introductions. He said that Urena and Ashley got to arguing when he was still saying hello to people. Okay, so it started from the door. He said Carmen came through and dropped a bomb. Now, we know that Carmen has been going from platform to platform. She did an interview she was on Kamisha Review's platform, and she spoke on some of the things that's going on right now with her, Carmen and Cliff. And we know they're not cool anymore. We know they're not friends anymore. It sounds like she's more angry with Joy than with Clifton. But I think she was closer to Clifton than she was to Joy. That's number one. Number two, the fact that, and they said that everybody is at the reunion. So Winter's ex-boyfriend, because they're not together no more. Winter's ex-boyfriend, Carmen, Black, Shirelli, everybody is at the reunion. Right. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. My brain be going left and right. Carmen also spoke with Ashley and Winter as well. And again, it'll be interesting what bomb she dropped at the reunion, because whatever she said at the reunion, she's not allowed to say yet. So all the things that she's telling us is stuff that she is not whatever the bomb is that she dropped at the reunion. Maybe the bomb is that they're not cool anymore. I don't know what the bomb is that Carlos is talking about. Maybe that's the bomb. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, everybody, if you followed Ready to Love and you knew who Joy, Carmen, and Cliff were, and you knew that dynamic, because I followed all three of them after Ready to Love, because I used to follow, I don't do it anymore, but whenever I would do these shows like Ready to Love or these ensemble shows with RuPaul, like I would immediately go out and follow all of these people on social media. I don't do that anymore. I follow the people I like for the most part, and that's it. And the reason why is because you end up following these people and they really only tweet or are active on social media while the show is on, and then the show goes off, and then you got all these people you following, and you're like, why am I even following this person? Because they ain't posted nothing in 6 months, because they were only posting because of the show. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, but I remember them hanging out together. I remember the whole throuple conversation, and it wasn't a good look. So here's the reality. Ain't nobody lying on y'all. That shit wasn't a good look. Okay? When you know that Cliff got a whole woman that is out of the country, it ain't a good look that every time we look up, we see Clifton and Carmen hanging out, especially after we know Carmen and the boyfriend broke up, the guy she hooked up with from Ready to Love. So when they got back and it became a quote unquote a throuple, it still wasn't a good look. And here's the reality. I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything they weren't supposed to do. I am not accusing nobody of doing anything they're not supposed to be doing. But what I am saying is it ain't a good look. My opinion. It's not a good look. So when the guys are telling, or so when Cliff is asking the guys about it, and the guys are telling him, yeah, bruh, yeah, my wife wouldn't be down for it. Yeah, my wife wouldn't be cool with that. Yeah, nah, my wife wouldn't go for that. That is cold for it ain't a good look. Don't let that shit happen again. That's cold. Let me tell you something. Cliff, you were in the presence of 3 men who have been married for over 10 years. Combined between Black and Shirelli, Quick and Ashley and Jamie and Urena, you looking at about 60 years of marriage, bruh. Because Jamie and Urena been together for 27 years. I don't know if they've been married all that time, but they've been together for 27 years. We know that Quick and Ashley have been together for at least 16, 17 years. So, and I don't know how long Black and Shirelli been together, but let's get them 10. Let's just round it up to a good 10. When you have 3 men who have been married for double-digit years telling you, bruh, that ain't a good look, that is code for you got to nip that shit in the bud. You need to zip it, nip it, whatever. And it's not a good look. And here's the thing, too. It's not just the two of y'all posting pictures that y'all are. Because again, if y'all are working together, if she was doing your if she was doing your press, she was your publicist, then yeah, that's legit that y'all would have dinner or y'all would be out at lunch or y'all would be at events together. That's legit. But here's what wasn't cute. With her leaned up all on you like this and no, bruh. Because let me tell you something. If I'm Joy and I'm in Mexico and I'm seeing your social media and I'm seeing her social media, Houston, we have a problem. And it ain't even got nothing to do with being jealous. I think sometimes people confuse respect with jealousy. Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing because people gonna think I'm jealous. I think people people confuse respect with jealousy. It's not about you being jealous. It's about respect. That's respect. You don't have to be jealous. Like I've dated guys that have female friends, and I'm friends with a lot of guys. And I mean, I've had that situation happen where I've had to sit down and tell a wife, listen, you ain't got to worry about this. But you let me know what makes you uncomfortable about our friendship. Because we were friends, and my thing is, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, we were friends before you met. But we were friends before you met. But you let me know because I know the roles are different. So you let me know what makes you uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? I've had to have those conversations. So again, it's not about jealousy. It's about respect. And those are two different things. And so, Cliff, you needed to hear that. Now, whether you took heed to it, I don't know. But Cliff, you should have listened because you literally had guys telling you. And guys ain't going to say it the same way women are going to say it. So you got to receive it the way a guy's giving it to you. And the way he gave it to you was, yeah, that ain't a good look. My wife wouldn't be cool with that. I think Carmen knows what she's doing. She wants to get back in the spotlight. I agree with you 100%. I think Carmen knew exactly what she was doing. And I do think Carmen wanted to be on the show. I do think Carmen wanted a bigger role. And I think she was successful. She was successful because she got exactly what she wanted. She was at the reunion, right? She may or may not even be a part of the show next season, depending on how this story goes between her, Joy, and Cliff. If I'm Carlos, I'm calling her. If I'm Carlos, I'm calling her, and I'm like, so let's talk numbers. At the very least, a friend of the show. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? So then they get to talking about child. Then they get to talking about this daggone Joy and Ashley situation again. Let me tell you something. Black summed it up perfectly. Black said, listen, when my wife does something that I think is not appropriate, I'm going to defend her publicly and I'm going to correct her privately. But publicly, I'm going to have her back. But privately, I'm going to be like, that shit wasn't right. That is what I respect, that Quick is defending his wife. But here's what I don't respect. Quick, stop. Well, I shouldn't say I don't respect. I shouldn't say I don't respect because I don't know how it was edited. But the way it was edited, it looks like Quick keeps bringing it up. So it looked like Quick brought it up again, and Cliff is sitting there looking at him like, bro, why do you keep bringing it up? Quick, at the end of the day, your wife was wrong. She was wrong. Somebody told her something in confidence. She repeated it, knowing it was on camera, knowing it was going to get out there. And she did it because she was mad at Joy. That's it. Now we can slice it up. We can put a dress on it and make it look pretty. But at the end of the day, Ashley was mad at Joy. And I'm not saying whether she had a reason to be or not, but Ashley was mad at Joy. So Ashley told Joy's business. She did it on purpose. And she was wrong. Now, she also apologized. So at a certain point, either you're going to accept somebody's apology or not, because once I do something to you, I can't do anything but apologize. Is what we've been talking about with this whole Monique situation. Once I have committed the offense, all I can do is apologize. Joy didn't want to accept the apology, and she doesn't have to. See, here's the thing. I don't have to accept your apology when you give it. The problem is now we're on this show together where we have to have interaction with each other. So that makes it a little different, because if you do something to me in real life and I ain't ready to get over it, I just make sure I'm not in your space. But we're filming this show together and we got to be in each other's space. So here it is. With that being said, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do, like I told you, I'm trying to do 3 things at one time. So Cali Girl said, really be, I think I was just saying, really be quick as line because Cliff never used the word jealous. Of course, and for those who are coming in late, I'm telling you, this is a hybrid review because I watched Ashley and Carlos's interview last night. So some things were said last night that weren't on camera. So according to Ashley, the word jealous was used, but that was not in the footage. Now, let's take that out of the equation. Here's the thing too. And y'all know I don't like when people play word games. I do not like when people play word games. What Cliff said was, I don't know. Well, what they showed us, Cliff saying was, I don't know. I mean, did she feel some kind of way about us being from another show and maybe taking her shine? And Quick said, so what you trying to say? She's jealous or something? And Cliff said, now you know and I know, if you were having a conversation with somebody and that was the back and forth, what would you walk away with? What would you walk away with? Yes. In the scene that we saw, Cliff didn't use the word jealous. Quick did. But Cliff didn't say, no, I ain't saying y'all are jealous. I'm saying da-da-da-da-da. When Quick said, so what you trying to say? We jealous or something? Cliff's response was, you know what that is. You know what that is. And everybody will walk away with the same thought. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna say 90% of the people will walk away with the same thought and be like, that nigga tried to say I was jealous. Quick ask for clarification. Cliff didn't give none. Exactly. It was inferred. So we're not gonna play work. I hate when people do that. Well, he didn't say it, when we all know how the English language works. We know how nonverbal communication works. We know how inferences work. We know how when you imply something, we know how that works, and we use it in our everyday life all the time. Now, it'd be different if Quick never asked for clarification and went back to Ashley and was like, no, that dude said we was jealous of him. But that's not what happened. Quick said, so are you saying we jealous or something? So if that's not what Cliff meant, he had the opportunity to clarify it in that moment. Am I right or wrong? Now, moving forward. So that was that scene. So that's what I walked away from in that scene was I just, anyway. So then, and here's the part that's gonna probably make some people mad. And Jamie was drugging, Color Me Pink earlier this week. He might be getting ready to drug me now. I said drag me. He might be getting ready to drag me now. I figured out what's wrong with this show. For me, I can't speak for y'all. For me, I love Jamie and Urena as a couple. Real talk. I have been invited to their events. I have talked to both of them, not in an interview, not anything intimate. We're not friends by any stretch of the imagination, but I have reached out to them and to ask them about something for the show or clarify something on the show, and they have been very open and responded. They've retweeted me when I've posted my reviews and all of that. I have no issues with Jamie and Urena as a couple. Jamie and Urena are not good reality TV stars. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. Are they glamorous? Absolutely. Do they live the socialite life? Absolutely. Are they out here in these streets? Are they 100% DC? They got all of the check, check, check right down the line. Here's the problem that me personally, am having with the Tylers. And I've been having this from the beginning, but I've been really trying to push through and say, people, is that first time and they nervous and da-da-da-da. They don't come off as believable on camera. I don't believe them. I don't believe nothing they're saying. And that's not good for something that's supposed to be a reality TV show. I don't believe them. I believe that they're portraying what they want us to see and hiding the rest. That's just how I feel. That's real talk. So let me give y'all examples of what I mean. In this scene, they're at the pet store with the mother-in-law. She's getting food for her iguana, which I didn't know that was a real iguana. I remember it from the party, but I thought it was just a prop for the party. I didn't know that was her real pet. So Urena starts talking to Jamie about her issues with Cliff and Carmen, and should she talk to Joy about it. Now, and let me preface by saying, unless this scene was chopped up, I'm gonna give them, but this is how it played. If it was chopped up, then it was bad editing. I think they're open about what they've decided to tell us, Phil. So, for example, the story with their son, they're open about that because they agreed that they would talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? Let me finish telling you what I mean. So, Urena's telling Jamie, and Jamie says, yeah, me and the fellas, we was talking about that, and we told Cliff that wasn't a good look. And Urena was like, right. So I'm just saying, you don't think that looked funny? Yes or no? You don't think that looked funny? Yes or no? And I'm like, he literally just said that he told Cliff it wasn't a good look. So either you're not listening to understand, or you're only listening to respond, because now she's getting upset and she's like, yes or no? Is it a good look or not? Yes or no? Is it a good look or not? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Then Jamie starts talking about, oh, well, that's real, contradictory of you, because, when I had a problem, it wasn't no issue. Now we talking about something totally different. And I was confused. I was like, what the fuck? So then they get into this argument about, I was lost at how we even got there, because when Urena was like, just answer my question, yes or no, he answered the question. He had already said that we told Cliff it wasn't a good look. Now she done got mad and she done escalated, and she done stormed out of the pet store. Poor mama was like, who paying for this shit? Jamie had to pay for the food, came outside, and now they're talking about something with Urena and her business partner, and him posting, and I'm thinking, oh shit, so Urena had a situation that went down just like it. Oh, okay. Now we got it here because we remember Urena tried to put Jamie out about him, falling asleep at the red light and shit. So Urena, you was out here doing dirt too? Well, do tell. I want to hear about it. So then they bring in, right, I was just as confused as Jamie. So then they bring in the lady from the Salt Cave that was doing the predictions in season 1 to talk to them, who's not a therapist, by the way, but that's okay, because there are a lot of people that find spiritual leadership and that help them, and other that aren't necessarily trained therapists. So I'm not tripping off of that. Only for us to come to the conclusion that, first of all, she told Urena, you can't get mad at him because he doesn't respond the way you want him to respond. And then we find out that we get to the bottom of all of this, and Urena was working with a guy, and he posted a happy birthday picture on his Instagram. And that's what Jamie was mad about. And that's what Jamie was comparing the videos of Carmen and Joy and Clifton to his issues with Urena. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I didn't believe none of it. It did not convince me that this was a genuine argument. I wasn't convinced that this was a spontaneous and genuine moment. I felt like the whole thing had already been talked about and planned out. I feel like mama didn't know. Mama didn't know nothing, okay? Poor mama. She just wanted to get the damn worms for her iguana so she could go to hell home. Mama did not know. But for me, it came up, and it could be bad editing, Nikki. It could absolutely be bad editing, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. It was weird to me, and that's not the first time that their scenes have come off like that to me. That scene last year when she had her wig launch, and he was like, "You need to get home so we can get these TikTok videos done." It just seemed. It seemed like they were acting and that they're not good actors. And that might not be true because I don't know them personally. But that, as a viewer, that's not good. So I go back to what I was saying at the beginning when I said it's not, as a viewer, when you're watching reality, whether you like what people are saying, people, whether you like Ashley or not, I don't think anybody doubts that Ashley is just fucking being Ashley. You may not like what she says. You may not like how she says it. You might think she's a mean girl. You might think she's a bully. All of the above. But they come off as genuine conversations. Whereas with them, and it might be real. It might be, but it doesn't, as a viewer, it doesn't ring believable to me. And I can't speak for y'all. I'm talking for me. But I think that's what makes it beautiful, because it's some reality, and it's Phil just being Phil, child. I love you, Phil. If it was bad editing, then Carlos needs the king of reality revolt. Because let me say this, if it's bad editing, it's been bad editing from the beginning, because this is my first time really articulating it, but this isn't my first time feeling like that. And I think there's been some bad editing in the past. Like, there's been bad editing before, in my opinion. But this isn't, it just was weird. And, and so again, if Jamie see this and he decide to drag me, that's fine. It ain't personal. It's just, as a viewer, that's how it's playing to me as a viewer. It's just not, it's just coming. I mean, I have felt like that with Urena. I think, and if you go back to my reviews from season 1, I think I've said that before, that it comes off like this was what they agreed to say and what they agreed not to say. Like, it comes, that argument that they had when they were flipping the houses, and they had that argument there. It just, and again, I don't know them personally. That might be really truly how they communicate with each other. It just was weird. All right, moving on. So Xavier said he better not have to try to second down ball headed man before. It's all good. He has a right to his opinion. I don't have a problem when people disagree with me. I do have a problem when they make personal attacks, but I can't control that either. So anyway, we have a family scene with Ashley, Quick, and their two kids. They go to the rock climbing wall, and they're hanging out or whatever. Quick lets us know that he sort of passed a lot of his health issues, so he's in a better space physically and mentally. And so he said, he's just trying to take more time to enjoy life and spend time with the family. He really took heed to what the doctors were telling him about working too much, and all of that. Child, you know what? So let me put a pin in that. Nikki just put a really good comment. I think Jamie wanted to tell Urena to mind your business because you was doing the same. Yeah, but it was weird. Okay. Nikki said, I'm more concerned about how the Silvers and Tylers are like family, but actually just gave Urena the D in their friendship. So Carlos spoke to that. Carlos spoke to the fact that in season 1, he basically put together 3 couples that really did not know each other very well. They knew each other socially for the most part. They knew of each other, but they really weren't friends in real life. I think that over the time of them filming, they filmed for 2 years. And in that 2-year time period, they did spend time together. They did get to know each other. And I think they spoke on I think that's what they were speaking on. I think they were speaking on the fact that in the 2 to 3 years that we've met each other, we've become really, really close. And I think they were really, really good. I think they were friends. I think people act like friendship is a one-stop shop, and friendship looks different for different people. I think they were friends. Now, were they best friends? Did they know each other's deepest, darkest secrets? No, but that's just so. Carlos said that for season 2, when Monique and Chris left and they were bringing new people on, he said that he wanted to bring people on who did have real relationships. And that's the part that I think people are missing, is that Ashley and Joy were friends. Again, whatever scale of friendship, were they best friends? No. But like Ashley said, they hung out together. Joy had been at her home. They had gone places together. They had spent time together. We have to believe, listen, here's the thing. If we're going to believe that the Joy Ashley breakdown is real, then we have to believe at some point they were good enough friends that Joy felt comfortable enough to tell Ashley the deep dark secret that nobody fucking knew. And Carlos even said not even production knew that they were married. So production found out that they were married when Ashley said it. So if you're going to believe one, you got to believe the other. If you're going to believe that the Joy Ashley breakdown is real, that's not just a storyline, that's not just a play, then you have to believe that Joy trusted Ashley on a level beyond, oh, I just met her, we filming this show together, or, oh, I just met her last week and we just, been hanging out because we're going to do this show together. You have to believe that there was some level of trust and some level of friendship there for her to feel comfortable enough to tell this woman a secret that they hadn't told Cliff's kids. She didn't tell her employer, because let's break it down. That's your employer. She didn't tell her employer. She didn't tell anybody. So you can't believe one and not believe the other, in my opinion. In my opinion. So you have to believe that there was some level of friendship there. Best friends? No. But I'm not telling somebody that I just met it casually, hell, half the people I work with don't even know whether I'm married or not. And it ain't a secret. I'm not. I'll tell anybody who asks. But we just don't talk like that. Because I know you, we cool. If I see you, it's all right. If you invite me for drinks or happy hour, I might show up. But we ain't friends. You see what I'm saying? I had a coworker the other day said to me something about my kids. I said, I don't have any kids. Because you don't. So It's too many eggs. It's too many egos in this show that makes them all a bit unlikable. I don't disagree with you, Nita. I think there are a lot of egos on this show. I'm Team Jason. I love Jason. I do. Jason is probably my favorite character on the show. Jason said he want him a woman, honey. Jason said he want to move out his parents' house and he want a girlfriend. And I ain't mad at you, Jason. Nikki B, I agree with you 120. So let me tell y'all something. See, we all over the place, y'all, but we're going to get to the end of this episode. But we all over the place. Let me finish up this scene, and then don't let me forget, Nikki, to come back to what you just said. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it up on the screen so I don't forget. Oh, I'm finishing up the scene. See how I lost my damn train of thought that quick? So we find out in that scene that Ashley and Quick are going to the Wizards game. They have a suite, and they are inviting Clifton. Now, Carlos confirmed, Clifton and Joy. Now, Carlos confirmed on the live last night that basically production told them that they had to invite Joy and Clifton. Because it's a show at the end of the day. And Carlos, for all the things that Carlos irritates me about, one thing, well, no, I can't say that because this happened with Bill Collector. So let me not say what I was getting ready to say. But what Carlos was saying was that y'all are on a show together and y'all gonna talk to each other. Y'all are on this show, y'all gonna talk to each other. So he said at the very least, y'all gonna film together. Y'all ain't gotta be friends, but y'all gonna film together. So he absolutely, that scene was where they absolutely made Joy, Quick and Ashley invite Joy and Clifton. Now, Ashley said she wanted to invite Shirley and Black, and they didn't. They told them no. But I think, in my opinion, again, if our production, no, you good. No, y'all are fine. Look, when I go live, I do this to interact with the people. But y'all know my ADHD sometimes just go left. But we here, boo, we here, we good. So with if our production, I wouldn't have had both couples there either, and I'm gonna tell you why. If Ashley and Joy were still getting along, then I would have invited Shirley and Black, because you need the drama, you need something, you need tension, you need something to film. You're not going to just film them watching a basketball game. There's nothing there, right? So I understand why production was like, you and Joy, that shit is explosive. It's new, it's raw. We already talked about the Shirley Joy beef. We did that last season. Put that over there. We want this. This is the new story. This is fresh. So we're going to put Joy and Clifton, Quick, and Ashley in a room for 2 hours, 3 hours, and we're going to see what happens. That's, if I'm production, I understand 100% why they were like, we ain't got enough room for everybody. Now, if they were in a bigger venue, I think that's different. But they were literally just in a small venue, and yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. So yeah. So that's what it is with me. Good question, Phil. I will hold on to that. I'm gonna answer it because that's a good question, and I was gonna actually answer it. But I want to answer Nikki's question first because that's going to take me somewhere left. But I will come back to your question, Phil. So Nikki says they wanted to get a free wedding off Owens Diamond. Ashley foiled their plans. I agree 100%. I think that's exactly what happened. And I think that's why they were upset more so than anything else. I think that they secretly got married for whatever their reasons were for secretly getting married. But I absolutely think that they wanted to shop a wedding special to own. And Carmen pretty much confirmed it. So here's what I know to be a fact. Y'all know that I'm cool with Simone. Girl, is that ready? Girl, is that legal? Simone Redwine and Rashid were engaged. They met on Ready to Love. They did not walk off Ready to Love as a couple, but they met on the show. They were dating. They were engaged. You know, I went to their engagement party. What I know to be a fact. What I know to be a fact. Now, y'all know when I tell y'all I know something to be a fact, that's different than when I tell y'all what I think. When I tell y'all something is a fact, you can take it to the bank and you can cash it. What I know to be a fact is that when Rashid and Simone went public with their relationship, production reached out to them and said, let us know if y'all get to the point where y'all ready to be engaged. And at first, they wanted Rashid to do the season before that. And Rashid said, whoa, we're not ready for that yet. We're not ready yet. We're not at the engagement part yet. But when we get there, I will contact you. So when Rashid was ready to propose to Simone, he reached out to production. And you saw what happened. They were on the show. He proposed to Simone on the show. It was a part of the Ready to Love episode. It was a big deal. That I know to be a fact. So, Carmen and Cliff then got engaged on television locally on a morning show here in DC, and it went viral. I absolutely believe all of that was calculated to try and get a wedding special. Now, I know that Rashid had conversations with OWN as it relates to a wedding special. He did not articulate that. OWN said absolutely not. He didn't articulate that, but I feel like OWN wasn't really open to necessarily giving them a wedding special. And so what Rashid did was they actually chronicled their, if you followed their YouTube channel before they broke up, they actually chronicled their they pretty much did their own reality show, and they were going to put it on their YouTube channel, but they were going to put it as membership. They were going to put it behind the wall, and it was going to be part of the membership. Unfortunately, the demise of their relationship, it never really happened. They got all that footage, and I guess I don't know what they're going to do with it. But I believe that was the goal. I do. I absolutely believe that was the goal. And I believe that was the conversation. Nobody is going to convince me that Carmen, Joy, and Clifton never had a conversation about it. Nobody's going to convince me of that. And when Carmen spoke up and said something about they had been in talks with production, or they had reached out to, or that Ready to Love production had reached out to them, I believe it, because I know they reached out to Rashid and Simone. So I believe that when they went viral for their engagement, I absolutely believe production reached out to them. Absolutely. Now, why they chose to do it the way they did it, I don't know. Maybe OWN had the same conversation with them that they had with Rashid and Simone, and said, we're not really interested in doing a whole wedding special. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe just like Rashid and Simone had the idea of kind of doing their own thing, and maybe OWN would pick up clips of it, maybe Cliff and Joy decided, we're going to play up our wedding on Love and Marriage DC and maybe parlay that into a wedding special. Because if you guys remember, Joy's storyline before this whole thing came out with Ashley, Joy's storyline was the wedding. And whether she wanted a big wedding or she didn't want a big wedding, and Cliff wanted a big wedding, but she didn't really want to do it. Remember, that was her whole storyline. They went to shop for dresses, and she was talking about all of that. They were venues and stuff. That was her storyline. So I think that the anger towards Ashley is bigger. It's bigger than just, you told my secret. I think it's bigger than that. Now, that's my opinion. That's me. That's really me. Y'all ain't gonna have me here all day. It's been almost an hour already. So that's my 2 cents. Okay. So, High Five said that makes sense. Right. That makes sense. Okay. Simone is that girl, and Rashid struggled to keep up. Well, yeah, I hated to see them break up, but again, you guys know I'm friends with Simone in real life, and so I was privy to not a lot of stuff, but I was privy to stuff, and so I hated to see it end. I think Rashid is a good guy. I think that Rashid is just dealing with a lot of things that we deal with as Black folk. The whole keeping up with the Joneses syndrome, and I just think that we put a certain thing out there to people, and people have a perception of us, and then we feel like we have to live up to that perception instead of just living our daily life, and we get caught up. We all, when I say we all, I'm not gonna say we all, but a lot of people do. A lot of people get caught up in the perception of what people think we have, or what we want people to think we have. And I just think Rashid got caught up in that. He's a good guy, I think. I do not think he's a bad guy. I don't think he would make a bad husband to someone once he processes and works through those things. Okay. Moving on. They asked her to come though. Production to Joy. Who asked her to come? Mita, what you mean? Who asked her to come? Oh, about the Christmas party. Okay. So here's what was said last night about the Christmas party. Carlos said production did ask Joy to go to the Christmas party. He said production did not demand that Joy go to the Christmas party. And when they asked her to go, Joy told them no. And this is according to Carlos. He said when production asked Joy to go to the party, Joy said she wasn't going. Joy said no. Carlos said that Joy never told production that she changed her mind. Urena told production that Joy was coming. Production did not, according to Carlos, production did not know that Joy was coming. They found out through Urena, which Ashley was like, now that further pisses me off because Urena acted like she didn't know Joy was coming. And when Joy got there, she was acting surprised, like, is that Joy? Oh, Joy's here? Like, she was surprised. So Ashley was like, now see, that further pisses me off because now Urena playing dumb, like she didn't know Joy was coming, and come to find out she was the one that told production because Joy never called production back to say, I changed my mind, I'm coming. So I'm going to say this. Can I just keep it a buck? I'm going to just keep it a buck. Child, we here. And like I said, if I'm going to get cussed out by Jamie, I might as well go and get cussed out by Joy. Let me just keep it a buck. I don't think Joy ever wanted to do this show. I don't think Joy ever wanted to do this show. I think Cliff and Carmen talked Joy into doing this show for everything, for the exact thing I just said about trying to parlay it into something else. I don't think Joy ever wanted to do this show. Or if she did want to do the show, I think she changed her mind. All right, let's get to the next scene. The next scene, we have Urena and we have Joy. I need to find this place, Phil. We need to find this place. It looks cute. It's a little place where you can take pictures. You could do like, almost looks like you can do like you could do a professional photo shoot, and then they have like a little area where you could do a little sippity sip. I need to go find out where this is. My DMV people, we need to go find out where this is. That looks cute. Now I've been debating about doing pictures. Y'all know I have a milestone birthday coming up this summer. I'm doing a lot of stuff for my birthday, and I've been debating about doing pictures. I've always hated taking pictures, but I've been debating about doing pictures. I don't know, but it looked cute. It looked like a nice little. Definitely looked like a cute date night. Not on the first date. You don't want to take nobody on the first date to take pictures because, baby, in 6 months when y'all break up, I'm saying I think that would be like a cute 1 year anniversary date, maybe a Valentine's Day date, a year, into your relationship. You don't want to do that at the beginning of your relationship because you just really just gonna waste your damn money. You're gonna waste your money. But I thought that was or even a friend, that would be a cute girls' night out. Now that would be, you know what? Forget a couple. That's a cute girls' night out date. I can see me and my friends doing that. We do. We do our makeup, we do our hair. That would be a cute day. Like we could do a spa day and maybe go somewhere where we could get our makeup done professionally. Do a mani-pedi, facial, do our face, make sure our hair is done, and then go to that little spot, take some pictures, and then go to dinner. I think that would be a cute girls day. We gotta find the name of that place. I'm sure they showed it when I'm sure they showed it. I had to go back and write the name down. But anyway, Carmen and Cliff then give me they be kissing behind the curtains. Child, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I wouldn't listen. I like Cliff. I don't think Cliff is a bad guy, but I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I would not be surprised if there was an indiscretion somewhere along the way. Now that's just me. That's just me. Okay, Phil. I know that's right. Phil is a little cutie. I haven't seen Phil behind the curtains. Phil is a little cutie pie. Got a pretty smile. So Urena is talking to Joy about what it looks like with the whole throuple situation. And Joy's response was, well, people have been saying this from the beginning, and I appreciate your concern, but we're friends in real life, and that's just what it is. And Cliff explained that basically the reason why the way it started was that they had planned a couples trip. It was going to be Joy and Clifton, Carmen, and her ex-boyfriend, the guy she dated. I think his name was Deontay. It started with a D, from Ready to Love, but then the two of them broke up right before the trip. And Cliff said, I wasn't going to leave her at home, heartbroken. We had already paid for everything. I told her to come on and go. Here's what I didn't like about that moment. I didn't like how she flipped it on Ashley. Now, again, I know Ashley they talk about each other, but some things I feel like be going too low. And for you to just insinuate that Ashley and her best friend are doing more than just being friends, that they're doing something lesbianic, I thought that was a bit much. Now, that's just me. I thought that was a bit much, and I thought it came out of nowhere. Now, again, maybe Ashley's name had already come up, but it just seemed like it came out of left field. Urena is talking to you about what it looks like on social media with your husband and y'all's publicist posting hugged up, yada, 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 and you throw Ashley in there about her and her best friend. I didn't understand where that came from. It seemed like it was an unnecessary dig out of nowhere. Donovan, thank you, Stacey. Donovan. So why he would leave his side piece child, he was living a dream. Ooh. So then we also found out that Joy did reach out to Ashley and apologize, and Ashley has left her on red. Here is what I'm going to say about this. And I said this last week. I said this about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I will continue to say it as someone who enjoys reality TV. Here's the thing about reality TV, and here's the reason why I know I probably would never really be good on reality TV. I hold grudges, and I don't let shit go easily. And that's just a thing about my personality. I don't know if it's a Cancer thing. I don't know if it's a really big thing. It just is what it is. I hold grudges. I don't like people now, and I can't even tell you why I don't like them, but I know I don't like their ass. They walk in the room, I'm not speaking. That doesn't make for good reality TV, because the thing about good reality TV is that it's an ensemble situation. And yes, we're going to have conflicts, and yes, we're going to say things to each other, but we have to figure out a way to resolve it and move on, because that is what keeps the ball rolling of the show. If we get to a point where we can't move on, where we can't apologize, accept each other's apology, and film together and interact with each other, that don't mean we got to be friends when the camera stop rolling. That doesn't mean that we have to hang out together when the cameras ain't there. That's what Carlos said. And I disagree with the example he used, because I think that Garcelle and Sutton are friends in real life. But I didn't disagree with what he was saying. I didn't disagree with what he was saying. He said, listen, you can tell who's friends and who's not friends, because you can see who's together when them cameras ain't around. So when you never see people film, you don't see them on their social media taking pictures. You don't see none of that. They ain't friends in real life. But when you start seeing these people hanging out and they're posting pictures and they're really together and they're vacationing when the cameras ain't there. So actually, you don't have to be friends with Joy. You ain't got to like Joy. You don't have to interact with Joy. You absolutely do not. And Joy, you ain't got to like Ashley. But y'all do have to figure out a way to coexist and film so we can be entertained, because that is the purpose of the show, and that is your fucking job. I said the same thing about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We cannot move forward with a divided cast. It doesn't work. So Ashley, just like you reached out to her and apologized, and she said that she didn't accept your apology. She reached out to you and you left her on red. Okay, can we move on now? Again, she was talking shit about you. Fine, check. You told her deep dark secret. Fine, check. She walked into your house and didn't speak to you. You felt disrespected. Fine, check. You apologized to her. She apologized to you. Now we either got to move on, or one of y'all got to fucking go. And that's just real talk. Either you got to move on, or one of y'all just got to go. Because it doesn't work like this. And see, now the cast is totally divided. You got Ashley and Winter over here. You've got Joy and Urena over here. Shirley is gone. They didn't edit her ass damn near out the show. And nobody is interacting. Nobody is communicating. Nobody is talking. And on the live last night with Carlos, we found out on the live last night with Carlos that Urena did an interview talking about Winter. And now Winter said, listen, I didn't do nothing to you. I've been, like, you're mad because I'm cool with Ashley. But me and you didn't have no beef. Me and you ain't fell out. Me and you don't have no problem. But you're doing interviews talking shit. So now you didn't put me in a situation where now we do have a problem, but we didn't have a problem. So Carlos, you might need to have a retreat. When I was listening to that live, I said Carlos might need to have a damn retreat. Just like he said he had to fly down to Huntsville and put them in a room and tell them they need to get their shit together. And that they need, he was talking to all of them saying, listen, we ain't going to do this, not speaking to each other, not filming with each other shit. You need to fly your ass to DC, Carlos. And you need to sit down and have an intervention with them. And I'm speaking to all of them. And like I said, I don't have no beef with nobody on this show. I don't dislike anybody on this show. But I'm going to call a thing. Ashley, you need to move on and get over it. And I know you're mad and I know you in your feelings. Joy, you need to move over and get over it. I don't know what the hell Urena and Jamie's issue is with Ashley and Quick. But we need to figure it out. But here's the problem. Y'all need to be ready to receive. And that means everybody. Everybody needs to be ready to receive. And that's my 2 cents. So we have a scene with Ashley. She's perimenopausal. Great. Girl, do what you got to do, baby. Get the test run, do the estrogen, do all of the things. Then we had the scene with Urena and Jamie and the therapist. Well, I'm sorry, with the healer, whatever she is, child. We done already talked about that. We can move on. Now we get to the scene at the Wizards game. So here's what I want to say. And listen, for all of my friends who are Carlos, who be following Carlos King, for all of my tribe members, y'all know I don't be asking y'all for a lot, but y'all tell Carlos I said this. I don't care. Clip this part of the video. I don't care. Y'all tell Carlos this. Carlos said something that I can appreciate on the live last night. He said that he wanted to show Black excellence. He wanted to show that there are Black folk in this country that can do the same shit that we see on Beverly Hills, that we see on these other shows, that shows the opulence, that shows people living that life, right? So he said he really wanted to show, he said when his production team told him that Ashley and Urena, that Quick and Ashley had the suite with the Wizards game, he really wanted to show it because he wanted to show that opulence of DC. So, Carlos, I don't know who your production team is here in the DC area, but they failed in doing that. And let me tell you why. You know what it's okay to do? It's okay to be impressed when you're doing something for the first time. So, what I mean by that is this. Now, I follow Urena and Jamie on their social media. It's not the first time they've been to a suite. This shit don't impress them. I follow Ashley and Quick. I've known who DJ Quick is forever. I've known who DJ Quick is forever. This ain't their first time in a suite. I don't know if it was Joy and Clifton's first time or not, but let's just, because we're making TV, right? Let's pretend like it's Joy and Clifton's first time at a suite. I feel like cameras should have followed that experience, because let's be clear, I've been in a suite before, and it's an experience. And when you ain't never done it before, it's a whole moment. You go into a different entrance. You are on a private elevator. You go to a level that you have to have a special pass to get access to. When you're in the suite, you have an attendant. They have food laid out. Depending on what kind of suite you're in, you got a bar. people making drinks. It is an experience. And if you want, Carlos, people to see the experience and understand that that's a whole nother level, I need you to show the experience. Now, Melly, you're right. The Wizards ain't shit and they practically give away tickets. But it's still an experience because here's the thing. There's also levels to the suites. If you ain't never been in a suite, and I'm not saying it with no bragging. I ain't saying that with no bragging. I'm just telling you. There's levels to the suite. The first time I went to a suite, it was a WNBA game. A friend of mine, she was a manager at a bank here in DC. And she said the men took all the good that they had access to the suites, and that there was a hierarchy and there was a rotation however it was done, and the men would take all of the good ones. The men would take the Wizards and stuff like that. So we went to a WNBA game, which was cool because I like the WNBA. It was an experience. I think wow, this is great. Like this, I've never seen this before, and I was impressed. And then I did the suite with the full Monty. Bitch. I went to a Commanders game and I stayed in somebody's suite. And I had to pretend like I'd been somewhere before. Bitch. I've been to a Wizards game with the full Monty suite. A friend of mine, it was so funny because I was at the Wizards game and I was posting on social media. And my friend, somebody I knew from high school, he hit me up. He said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at the Wizards game." He said, "No, where are you?" He said, "I'm here. Where are you?" I told him where I was. We had, it was a playoff game, as a matter of fact. We didn't have great seats. So I tell you how long ago it was. Was it a playoff game? No, that was the Capitals playoff game. Never mind. Push that to the side. It wasn't a playoff game. Either way, he hit me up and he was like, "No, where are you?" So I told him where I was. He said, "Meet me at such and such and such." So he said, "How many people are with you?" I said, "Oh, it's just me and I was with 2 other people." He said, "Meet me at such and such and such." So I said, I said, "That's my boy. He just hit me up. He told me to, he told me to meet. He told us to come on. He going to upgrade us." I'm thinking he just going to give us better seats because we didn't have great seats. I thought he was just going to give us some better seats. I was like, cool. He took us on that elevator. Took us up to his suite. Bitch. I'm saying all that to say this. Even if it's people's everyday life, show the opulence. If you want people to see it and you want people to understand that this is how these Black excellence, how these Black couples, Black people of excellence, that's what I wanted to say, and that's how they live their everyday life, show it. Show it. You see what I'm saying? So why didn't we see any of that, Carlos? Just saying they're in a suite, it doesn't give people that experience who've never done it. Show them people coming in that entrance. Show them riding up on that elevator. Show the attendant. Show the usher. You understand what I'm saying? Now they showed Urena and Jamie walking down the hall. It don't give you the experience. Yes, Katrina, I am. So we get to the suite. This was the last 10 minutes of the episode, not even 10 minutes, and it was exhausting. This last 8 minutes of this episode were exhausting, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it goes back to what I just said 5 minutes ago. Either y'all are going to get over this shit or somebody got to go. Ashley, I love you, girl. I do. I really do. I really like Ashley. I know a lot of people be coming for Ashley, but I like Ashley. But the same way you was mad, see, you can't be mad at me and then do the same thing you mad about. How you can't speak? I don't understand how somebody walks in a room and it hurts you to even say, "Hey, y'all." Now, they said that the tension was tight. You could cut it with a knife. And I feel like production whispered in Jamie's ear because Jamie stood up out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, y'all, let me get everybody's attention, please. Are we all good here?" And Ashley says, nope, we're not. Because Joy said that we were jealous of them, or however she said it. So Joy said, girl, do you want to sit outside? Would you like to go out and talk? Yeah, girl, let's go talk. So they go out in the hallway and they proceed to have an argument, really regurgitating the same shit that we've been arguing about for the last 3 episodes. And this goes back to making me wait damn near a year to have this conversation. I don't care anymore. I don't care about Ashley and Joy's beef. You know why? Because it happened 2 Christmases ago. I don't care. That shit was Christmas of 2022. We are in 2024. I don't care. I mean, I think both of them were being petty about not speaking to the other, but I just feel like I'm exhausted with it. I honestly am, because again, in real life, I get it. In real life, you just wouldn't put yourself in a position to be around her because you don't fuck with her. I respect that, but you are there because of the show. You are there. So now at this point, I need you to deal with this and move the on. Either we're going to figure out a way to move forward, or one of us got an exit stage left. That is how I feel. And Carlos, you as the HNIC, the king of reality TV, and all the titles you give yourself, you're going to have to make that decision. Because one of them, either they are going to figure this out, or one of them got to go. And I ain't even saying they got to be friends, y'all. But as a viewer, I don't want to see this. I mean, I'm here for conflict. I'm here for drama. Okay, fine. But at a certain point, I'm not here for this. Here come Nicole. Here come my boo Nicole. Y'all, Nicole right here. Celebrity stylist to the stars, honey. To the stars, honey. I'm sorry, not stylist. Hair, hair. I don't want to say hairdresser. What's the proper? I don't want to say hairdresser, but she be slaying them hair. She be slaying that hair. That's my boo. But, and you're right, Nicole. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm exhausted with all of it. I'm exhausted with all of it. And you're right. You come into my suite, you speak. But the fact that we're at the point now where we just can't even say, hey, girl, I'm exhausted with it. Ashley is a bully and just haven't ran upon the right one yet. I disagree. I don't think Ashley's a bully. Joy did speak when she entered the suite. She did. Okay. Well, then Ashley was wrong for not speaking back. I mean, listen, if Joy spoke and Ashley didn't speak back, then Ashley's wrong for not speaking back. That's how I feel about it. That's how I figured out. That's my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? If Razor Kanan could pull out the unique scheme on screen in real life, these shows can limit leaks in social media. Child, I do think they need to. I do think, and I've said this before, and I've said this, and thank you for coming through, Nicole, my love. I've said this before. That's part of what everybody wants to know. What's wrong with reality TV? Has it run its course? Reality TV, this, and this. That's part of the problem with reality TV right now. If you want me to be honest with you guys and tell you, part of the problem with reality TV is we know too much before the show even comes on. So there's no suspense. The ratings are low because all we are waiting for is what we saw. We watch the clips, we figure out what's happening through the clips, and that's it, and that is all. And I keep giving you guys examples. Last season, because we knew about last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because we knew about the whole Ralph, Drew, lesbian triangle situation, we literally just waited the whole season for that storyline. So we, and I'm saying we collectively, not each one of us individually, but we were like, this is boring, this is boring, this is boring, what's going on, what's going on? Because we were waiting for that moment. We were waiting for that moment. So we were like, oh, this is boring. Oh, this is boring. When are we going to get to the good stuff? When are we going to get to the good stuff? So I think part of it is we get way too much of those stories too soon. And then we spend the whole season waiting for the clip that we saw on social media. And then we got the people fighting over shit that happened and we didn't see it yet. So now we're waiting. Oh, shoot. Candace and Candace and Ashley are tweeting back and forth at each other. Something happened while they were filming. Right. Something happened while they were filming. So now we're just waiting to find out what happened. What happened that made Candace tweet at Ashley. We don't care about. So in subconsciously, we're like, oh, all of this shit is just filler because we're waiting to get to what we think is the pinnacle part. So I think that's part of the problem. Now, I saw somebody in the chat say that the formula is stale. I think part of the reason, yes, I don't disagree that the formula is a little stale, but part of the reason why the formula is stale, though, I think is because we are getting so much via social media. The Monique and Candace fight, right? We knew everything about the Monique Candace fight. We got footage of it. Now the footage leaking wasn't production's fault. That was somebody who was there that got footage of it and they leaked it. We knew that Candace had filed paperwork that was in the paper. We knew about Monique filing paper. Like we knew all of those things before the show even came on. Unfortunately, these are celebrities too, although they are on reality TV. Media outlets are still going to cover the stories in real time. So they have a way to get around it's sad but true. Right. But and I agree with you, Nicole, but I think that it needs to be something like just like they're not allowed to talk about the See, my thing is this what I don't understand. I don't understand how once the show starts, they're not allowed to speak on the show until that particular thing, until that episode airs. Until that episode airs, we're not allowed to speak on that show. But they can talk about the stuff when they're filming it. See what I'm saying? So your contract covers. Oh Lord, see y'all didn't tell me I missed Ashley and Cliff out the getting in each other's face. See, now I gotta see what that was. Okay. But so let's just say, for example, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, let's say they start airing. Well, let's use last season as an example. We knew that something happened at the party between Martell and Kenya, right? People talked about it. People reported on it. So now that's what we're waiting for. I just think we get too much and then we're anticipating it. That's just me. Married to Medicine is only interesting right now because of what's playing out on social media. But I will give Married to Medicine this. We didn't know nothing about that quad shit until the season started, did we? We knew about Sweet Tea. We knew that Sweet Tea was going to be on the show. We were waiting for that to happen. We knew about Phaedra being on the show. But, baby, we didn't know nothing about them voting quad off the island. So when it happened, it blew up because we didn't know anything about it. They stretched it out over 3 episodes because we were like, what the hell? It was all new. You see what I'm saying? Had that leaked out that they voted quad off the island, we would have been just waiting for that to happen. Right. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we were gagged at that reunion. I mean, at that final episode because it didn't leak out. Literally, we knew something big happened because it was in the trailer. We didn't know what it was until the week before the finale. It leaked out. It leaked out the week before the finale. So we went through the whole season not knowing what this big secret was. Baby. And that made it good. We were like, well, shit. Just my opinion. I agree. Greek Sun says, I don't know why Stand on social media isn't on their contracts. Right. I don't have a problem with you promoting the show. I don't even have a problem with you going live once it happens. You can talk your shit, say what you got to say once it happens. But I do have a problem with us knowing way too much before the season starts, especially when we got to wait. Shoot, remember Candy and Escape? We knew that they had some drama because we knew about the dress. But baby, we didn't know nothing about them contracts, the stolen money. We didn't know. That shit played out on the show. And what happened? The ratings were through the fucking roof. Everybody wanted to know what was going on. Everybody ate, including me, including your girl, baby. I ate them 3 months. Let me tell you something. YouTube was popping for those 3 months. You know why? Because it was all new information. We had no idea. We ain't know none of that shit. We said, what? Rocky stole the money? What? Contracts? What? Like, all that shit was new. And what happened? We were all hanging on from episode to episode. Hell, we forgot all about the SWV part of that shit. We was on pins and needles about the escape thing for weeks. Damn near from the first episode. I think it was cool that we knew there was conflict, but we didn't know everything. So it kept us interested. Does that make sense? Not Flavor of Love. Girl, if you don't go back, Nikki said not Flavor of Love. Ciao. Baby, Flavor of Love was a whole mess. I watched Flavor of Love every single season. I remember season 1 of Flavor of Love. Y'all ain't about to get me off on that story. It's been an hour and a half. I did not mean to be here for no whole hour and a half talking about these people. So let me just say this. If anybody sees my review, y'all know I review what I see. I give my opinion. I love y'all on purpose. I don't like or dislike nobody on that show. I don't know nobody personally, and it ain't personal. Okay? That is my disclaimer. I should have said that at the beginning. When the mama said I'm the 5th member, right? That's what I'm. Listen, that escape. Let me tell you something. That escape SWV show was everything I needed, baby. Am I going live after halftime? I'm not even gonna be home, boo. I'm about to get out this house. It's 1 o'clock. I'm about to leave out this. I'm about to put a load of clothes in the wash. I'm gonna probably do a little bit of yiggity yang yang over here on this YouTube. And I'm leaving out this house about 4 o'clock. I probably will not go live. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We got plenty of time to talk about it tomorrow because there ain't no whether you like it or not panel tomorrow. So we got plenty of time to talk about it tomorrow. But I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. Because I'm not gonna be home. And where I'm gonna be at a Super Bowl party, so probably not. I'm leaving at halftime to come home, but I probably ain't going live. That's how you found me, Quake? Yes. Hold on, y'all. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. If Nicole is still here, hey y'all, Nicole is gonna give me a wig, honey. We're gonna do a bob, which I think we're gonna do a blonde. I don't want to do a tutu blonde, but a blonde bob. Nicole gonna do me a wig. Soon as me and her can link up, because she live in LA. She be slaying the stars out to the LA, honey. I ain't gonna give y'all her resume, but just know that it is extensive. Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know when we're gonna do this wig situation. We're gonna film it. When I do my wig install, we're gonna vlog it. We're gonna vlog it. I've never had a wig before. I put on like a little Party City wig, but I've never done a real wig install before. So we're gonna see what it look like. We're gonna see how it is. I know I want a bob so bad. So yeah, so as soon as me and her can be in the same place for long enough to get it done, we're gonna get it done. I don't know when the next time she's gonna be in Atlanta, but we're gonna figure it out. Y'all want me to review Bad and Bougie? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to review Bad and Bougie. I put it in my DVR. I said I'll watch the first episode to see what y'all want me to review it. Okay, I see 2 yeses. It's a new reality show. It's got Malaysia, Tamika Foster, I don't know who else. I think the girl Gaucher, the hairdresser Gaucher. Stylist is the hairstylist, I think is the word I was looking for. Okay, I see a lot of ones. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to go. Put these clothes in the wash so that before I leave, I can put them in the dryer. So I have some fresh clothes when I get home. And then I'm going to watch I put my review up last night for episodes 2 and 3 of Ready to Love. I'm going to watch another episode. I'm still 2 episodes behind. So I got enough time to get another episode in before I leave and maybe do the review before I leave. I did watch Capote and the Swans. I need to do that review. And it's something else I need to get to you guys. My Raising Kanan review is up, so y'all go check that out. That's on the ReallyBTV reviews channel. Yeah. Child, I'm going to mama house before I go to, because the way I'm going for the Super Bowl party is around the corner from my parents' house. So I was like, that's why I said I'm leaving here at 4:00 so I can get to her house about 4:30, 4:30, quarter to 5. I'm gonna hang out with them for about an hour or so, and then I'm gonna go on around the corner because the kickoff is like at 6:30. So long as I'm there when I say kickoff, I guess they gonna start singing the national anthem and all that at 6. I don't know, but yeah, Swans is good. Swans is good. So so that's what I'm saying. I might even walk out the door earlier than that, but I'm definitely gonna be out of this house no later than 4:00 so I can go see my mama and my daddy and see what they got going on, child. My nephew is sick. I went to go see him bowl yesterday, but he didn't go bowling because he got a cold. And he wouldn't talk to me today. He be hurting my feelings. I was trying to talk to him. He's terrible on the phone. He does not do the phone. In person, I can't get him off me. On the phone, well, knucklehead. So, all right. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Mwah! I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Oop, hold on. I hit the wrong button, y'all. I'm going to start doing my outro. I have an outro. I never play it.